Shalom, this is Bishop Nathaniel. 34 times the Booster Club has been called upon and 34 times they've answered. Join the team today and help send the prophets around the world. 12 tribes worldwide. Shalom.
I can't get enough of this word, call me library. All you do is talk, I tell them read, I'll be your pallbearer. As long as my hands clean, I'ma teach, I let the laws tear. You rebuck your doctrine, can't believe I even fell for it. Yeah. Bodies dropping, no top models, no need for worries, cause God got us. See, masculinity need to be shown for real. And all of you that's cross-dressing would be dressed to be killed. Apollo Creed, but I'm hitting like I'm Holyfield. You counting sheep, but you the hireling, the type to flee. This for the meat, when the battle won, they gnash their teeth. I can't believe I even fell for their hypocrisy. Like it or not, it's Kwam Yasharala. Laws attached to the brain, medulla oblongata. We are not the same over here, we walk with giants. 10 toes down with the clay is mixed with iron. I can't get enough of this word, call me library. All you do is talk, I tell them read, I'll be your pallbearer. As long as my hands clean, I'ma teach, I let the laws tear. You rebuck your doctrine, can't believe I even fell for it.
Minister, in this race you gotta last just to finish first. I'm in a big league with the top prophets warming up.
The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges.
We are the servants of the Most High God. You black men, you are the servants of the Most High God. God has commanded us to go out to the highways and the byways, the major intersections of Maryland and Rice, where our people dwell, where our people are at. What are we supposed to do? Read.
And compel them to come in.
Compel them to repent. Compel them to come back to keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
That my house may be filled.
All praise. Let me get that Deuteronomy chapter 28. I want to say verse 33 where it talks about Israel being oppressed together or being oppressed always. Because as black people, we know that we're oppressed. We know that we're at the bottom of society. But when I ask, why are we oppressed? I get several different answers. Oh, it's because the white man did such and such. It's because we never came together as a people. It's because we don't want to get ourselves out of our conditions. No, we're oppressed because God is the one who's doing this. God is the one who's ordaining all of this. But when it comes to us trying to understand that, when it comes to his servants giving out solutions, we don't want to hear it. Give me this right here.
The book of Luke, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 33.
This is God speaking through his servant Moses. The curses that would be upon the children of Israel. Tell me, who does this fit? Read.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
The natural resources of our land, another nation would eat up. That includes Jerusalem, where we lived. That includes Africa, where we lived. That includes America, where we lived. These were our lands. And all of a sudden, another nation comes and takes up your natural resources. Read.
And thou shalt be oppressed and crushed always.
Wait, it says, thou, the Israelites, shall be oppressed and spoiled always. You name one other nation that is always oppressed. Because we like to think that this book is talking about the Jewish people over there in Jerusalem. But believe it or not, they got money. They're getting foreign aid from America, and they want to call it welfare when they give it to you. They go, I believe it's either 10 million a year or 10 billion a year. Look it up. They get money, they getting paid. They not oppressed and spoiled always. This ain't talking about the so-called Caucasian man. He ain't oppressed and spoiled always. He's oppressing you. This ain't talking about the so-called Chinese or Japanese. They got businesses. They got a country where they come from. They got stores in your neighborhood where you go and shop. They not oppressed and spoiled always. This ain't talking about the Arab man.
Bring it out.
But you were brought over here as slaves in 1619, and your conditions when you got off them slave ships is the exact same in 2020. So you tell me who's oppressed and spoiled always.
Right.
Read that from the top.
the fruit of thy land, and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed all way.
We're showing you the conditions of our people in this Bible. As I always say, you don't need it. Let me get that Judges, is it 17? You know what I want? Where we went out and taught? Oh, okay, it's either Judges 17 or 16. You don't need us up here with a microphone and some signs to tell you that you're oppressed. You live that every day. But again, our job as we were sent by God is to bring the solutions to our people. Thus, as our forefathers did the exact same thing. You don't need me to tell you that your oppressors rule over you, that you got to go to your oppressors for a job. But again, how do we solve our condition? We got an election coming up and we think that, oh, if we just vote for the right person, if we just vote for the right things, that's going to solve our problems. How do you think that's going to work? Matter of fact, you got what I want? Okay, drop that. Give me Deuteronomy. Is it 17 or 18 about voting? Because you go into another nation who don't give a damn about you, who enslaved you from day one, but now you think that if you vote for Republicans or Democrats, all of a sudden that's going to solve anything. When God told you right here and there, I'm your God, I'm your leader. Anybody who's over you who's not of your race has nothing to do with you. But don't take my word for it. Let the Bible speak. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me.
When I will set a king over me, I will set a government over me, I will set a president over me. Okay, somebody who's going to dictate policies, dictate laws, somebody who's going to be over you as a nation. Read.
Like as all the nations that are about me.
Meaning that this was something that all the other nations did. We didn't need that because we had God and then we had his servants, our leaders, our judges. But just like with anything else, we want to be like the other nations. The other nations, oh, they got governors, they got kings, they got Caesars. So we want to have the same exact thing. We want to be like them. We want to be like them. So God is already knowing this is in our heart. So he's letting us know how the game should go. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren.
Wait, it says one from among your brethren. So if you're going to have somebody rule over you, somebody to dictate policy, somebody to dictate laws and statutes and whatnot, it should be one of your own brethren. My brother right over here. My brother right over here, Black Jack. Come talk to me for a minute, bro. Why are we at the bottom of society, black man? Why are we oppressed? And this is how you know the prophecies of this Bible is real.
Bring it out.
It shall not fail. It says that they're going to be walking past and we speaking behind them. Nobody else. I bet you if I called out any Caucasian, any Asian person to come on over here and talk with us, they will come and do it. Why? Because they know that this is their kingdom and they need to verify, are we doing anything to disrupt that? But when it comes to our own peoples trying to solve our own problems, we don't want to hear it. And going back to this Bible, how are you going to have another nation solve your own problems? Don't nobody else care about what you're going through. And the evidence is clear. We've been suffering the same oppression since 1619. No government has established anything when it comes to solving your people's problems. Read that from the top. I'm going to show you.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren.
Anybody who's going to be over you as a ruler should be one of your own brothers. Why? Because they can relate to the things you're going through. They care about the things that you're going through. Don't no Caucasian care about the things that the black man is going through? Read.
From among thy brothers shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Most High said we should not set a stranger over us. The stranger is the other nations.
Right.
No Caucasian should be ruling over the black man.
Right.
No Asian should be ruling over the black man. How can he relate to you?
Right.
He can't. He can fake it, but he can't relate to you. He didn't grow up with the things you went through. His people didn't come over here on slave ships. How can he relate to you? How can he try to help you out? He can't. And again, the evidence is clear because right now they got campaigns that says if you say the F word when it pertains to gay people, it's a hate crime. You can go to jail, you can get fired, but they can say nigga this all day long and don't nobody give a damn. Now how the hell that happen? Give me Lamentations 4:17. How the hell that happened where your people struggled, slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights, but yet the gay people, the sodomites, have more rights than you? They got a whole better month than you. They got the month of June as Gay Pride Month. It's warm, it's hot. They got 30 days, 31 days, while you got February, the middle of winter, cold, 28 days. How does that work? Because the same people who ordained that law for February to be Black History Month is the same people who ordained the gay rights, and they got more rights than you in June. Because a nation who is not your brothers set those laws up because they don't give a damn about you, and it's evident. That same nation says, you say that F word, you got a hate crime, you going to jail. But yet I can say all day long, nigga, 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 and don't got to worry about no repercussions. They got all kinds of campaigns talking about don't smoke. You got to save your heart, all kinds of stuff like that. How come they don't got no campaigns about why you hating this black man? Why you shooting that brother down? Because they don't give a damn. It shows you where their mind is at. Bring it up. But yeah, we want to vote. We think that if we just get a black president, that's going to change anything. As a matter of fact, Barack Obama is the one who okayed gay marriage. He ordained gay marriage, but yet when it comes to your people, what did he do? Oh, we got cell phones. We got cell phones. What else he do? Your housing condition is the exact same. It goes to show you that this government don't give a damn about you, but yet we think that we go vote, we gonna do something. Give me this right here. This is what your vote does. Read.
The book of Lamentation, chapter 4 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
It says, as for us. Us is a possessive word. Us. Who is the us? The black vote, the Hispanic vote, the Native American vote. As for us, it says, our eyes has yet failed in our vain hope. Is it hope or help? Help. Thank you. Because it's vanity to go and ask another nation to help you. What were we doing before we got on them slave ships? Helping ourselves. What were we doing before we got on them slave ships? Ruling ourselves. But now, all of a sudden, we come over here to America. We are scattered all throughout the world, and now another nation rules over us, and now we got to go to that nation for help. The Bible says that's vanity, because it's not going to profit you at all.
Right.
And our vain help, in our vain help that we ask Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Black Lives Matters, Black Panthers, we ask them to go to the government and get some laws changed. But as far as I know, we're still in the same conditions. As they were able to lynch us when we got off them plantations, they're still able to modern day lynch us by shooting us down. And we know there's going to be no repercussions. So in our vain help, we're asking them to enforce laws. What's the dude who shot or kneeled on George Floyd's neck? What was his name? What was his name? Chavez something. But we know the history has shown that nothing's going to happen to them. Either they're going to get a light sentence, more than likely they're not going to get persecuted. So this goes to show you that you asking a government that's ran by their own people to change those laws profits you nothing. Read that from the top again. Again, voting does nothing for our people. Read.
As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help, and our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Give me Habakkuk 1 and 4. We have watched for a nation. That nation right now is a so-called Caucasian man. We're asking him to save us. We're asking him to give us better jobs. We're asking him to give us better education with our school system. We're asking him, just please, Mr. White Man, please stop shooting us down. You asking in the form of a vote profits you nothing at all. It's vanity, thus saith the Lord. It's vanity because, again, nothing has changed. We know that. We know if a Caucasian cop pulls up right now and shoots us down, we all can rest assured that they're not going to get persecuted. Why? Because they was in fear of their life and they can hide behind their laws. Read.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 4.
And this ain't nothing new. Again, our forefathers knew the exact same thing in the time of their oppressors. Read.
Therefore, the law is slack.
It says, therefore, because we get no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. Because we've been marching around saying, I am a man. Black Lives Matter. Things that you should not have to say at all if it did matter, because what we say, real, recognize real. So you don't got to say you real if you know that. So why do I got to say I'm a man? That my life matters too, because you know in your heart it don't. In their eyes it don't. But yet you go to them and their government to ask them to change laws that pertain to you. It says, therefore, the law is slack. Read.
Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment do never go forth.
It says the law is slack and judgment doth never go forth. So if Karen wants to walk up and call the police and say she's in fearful of her life and we get lynched, we know that the law is slack pertaining to us. These laws, when these laws were created, where were you and your brothers and sisters? In shackles, in chains. These laws weren't created for you. The sign on the side of a cop car says to protect and serve. What it doesn't say is not you. It ain't designed to protect and serve you. It's designed to protect and serve the people who it was written for. The law is slack and judgment doth never go forth. We still talking about we're waiting for justice for Breonna Taylor. You ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna get it the way you think it is by voting. The only one who's gonna be able to give us true judgment is the black Messiah, Christ. When he comes to redeem us and save us. But again, no. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that at all. We don't want to talk about God in this Bible. Put that away. I don't want to hear that. I ain't got time for that. When you don't understand that this Bible tells you why you are oppressed. My brothers and sisters across the street, why are we oppressed as black people? Why are we at the bottom of society? That's the conversation that we should be having. It shouldn't be about no real world housewives, where I'm gonna get my next weed, my next drink. We should be having a conversation right now because we are oppressed. But yet we don't want to talk about the things that means true salvation for our people. Read that from the top. This pertains to the laws that govern us, the laws that do not protect or serve us. Read.
Therefore, the law is slack, and judgment do never go forth.
And why is that? Because we read that in Deuteronomy. Because somebody who's not of your brother is ruling over you. Because somebody who's not of your kin is making laws that benefit them. And that just makes sense. That just makes perfect sense. Why I'm gonna worry about you and your people when I got me and my own to worry about? That's just common sense. So if they worried about their people, they're not gonna be worried about yours when it comes to you getting justice and getting peace.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.